Okay, hello everybody. We are live. We are live. Welcome back to Three Market Minds. I'm Bill with Abdu and his brother Angelo. Um, Before we get started, because we have a fun show today. We're gonna do the stock market review, and then we're gonna talk about our YOLO Degen trades. But before we get started, let's go over the disclaimer. Where's the disclaimer? Why isn't it showing? Okay. Let me pop it up. Yeah, it looks like we are live. I see on the stream. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, I'm showing the agenda. Let me go back up. Okay. All right. Disclaimer. Okay, so basically this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Um, nothing. Everything we discuss is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. And then let's move on to the agenda. So we'll answer the questions from previous live stream. I just looked at the two previous live streams. I didn't see any comments or questions. But just a reminder, everybody who's watching, we've got please subscribe. We've got 11 subscribers, so hitting 10 subscribers was a big deal. I got a message from
Oh,
YouTube congratulating us
yeah.
on the 10 subscribers.
Congratulations.
I got
Yeah.
a little alarm, a little notification. So we're trying to get to 50 subscribers because once we get to 50 subscribers, it unlocks some tools that let me do the live stream from my phone. So yeah, that's our
Oh,
goal right
okay.
now. Get to 50.
Right.
Okay, so no questions, no comments, but thanks for all the views. Please like and subscribe. So we'll go over what happened this last week. We'll look at the S&P 500. We'll look at Nvidia, Tesla, Bitcoin, and any other follow up on any other stocks, and then we're going to get into YOLO degen trading. So, all right, let's Okay, all right. Hi everybody. Okay, let's go to Let's go to trading view. Yeah, so breaking news, everyone. Crypto right now is just rallying, and I have no idea why. Bitcoin's up 2%. It just happened within the last 30 minutes. ETH is up like almost 4%, 3%. Um, okay, I got trading view up. No idea what's going on. No idea why it happened. But that's what happens with crypto on the weekends, because crypto is the only thing that's trading over the weekend. So sometimes you get these big movements, and I don't know what's going on with the news is today. Uh, okay, so let's take a look at the S&P 500. It's still up really high, right? It's still way up there, right? Pretty close to all-time
Mm,
highs. So
sorry, Bill.
yeah.
You're not sure. I don't see the
Oh,
chart.
sorry. That's right.
Yeah.
I got to share
No, it's
on
all good.
Zoom. I always forget about that. Yeah, that's right. I got to share on Zoom, and I got to share. So I'm sharing on WBS. I mean OBS.
Nice.
I'm sharing on OBS so that people at home can see it, but I didn't share on Zoom. Okay, so now I'm sharing on Zoom. So
Oh, there it is.
now you guys should be able to see it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. But yeah, S&P 500, we're still really high up there. We're still really high up there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what happens. See if there's a pullback. We had Nvidia earnings. Actually, let's go to Nvidia. We had Nvidia earnings this last week, but it was kind of it wasn't really that big of a deal. I mean, they had amazing earnings, but it's expected now with the market. So it didn't really move much. I mean, there is a little bit of a sell-off on Nvidia, and I am disappointed that it broke below the 216 line. I got that blue support line there. So a little disappointed it broke below that. But we'll see what happens. I'm sure it might sell off a little more and then turn around and keep going up. But there wasn't a huge, big, giant sell off. Like it wasn't down 10 or 15%. And I think that's what I was really worried about. That's the only thing that would really concern me if there was a big sell off like that. But since there wasn't one, I think we'll get a little bit of a pullback and then we'll turn around and just keep grinding higher. See if we can get to our targets up here of 248, 286. You guys got any comments about Nvidia? What do you think?
I guess it does this after every earning, right? Like it kind of pulls back. People take profit.
Yep,
It's
that's a good point. Like here, I'm showing. You see the E down here? That's earnings, earnings. So yeah, you can see that's what happened last earnings. It sold off. bounced, sold off, and then went higher. Over
Yeah.
here, had a big, yeah, it kind of sold off and then just went sideways. So, yeah. Any thoughts, Abdu?
Oh, oh yeah, I'm looking at the chart right now. It's like it's below the 21 day EMA, and
Yeah.
also and then like on the daily, it's right now it's just right at nine. I'm sorry, it's below 9 EMA, and the rate at 21 day EMA, which is if it loses that, I don't know, it might come down to, I don't know, like below 200 maybe.
I'd be surprised if we went down to the 200-day moving average. Now, I'm not showing the averages that Abdu's talking about. I only got the 200-day and the 52-week average on here, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so short term it might be bearish and maybe we'll come back down to 208. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But again, I mean, this is NVIDIA is the biggest, most important company in the world. I think it'll recover and then turn around. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe short term it might be a little bearish. But yeah, let's take a look at crypto real quick. Yeah, like I mentioned, this green candle, it just happened. It just happened in the last hour. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I mean, it looks like it's bouncing. I got the support line here at about 74, 75,000. So it looks like it's bouncing off of there. And then maybe it'll consolidate, and then we'll do another attempt at Bitcoin will take another attempt at breaking the 200-day moving average, the red line here. But it definitely it went up, kind of barely touched the 200-day moving average, got rejected big time, and now we'll see what it's doing, see if it consolidates and moves back up. And then all the other cryptos are kind of doing the same thing. They all just made this big
Hmm.
green candle, so they're all rallying, and not sure why. Oh, I did want to
Oh, that,
mention a couple things I wanted to mention. I opened up a position for Link, and I've filled about 50% of my target. If it goes lower, maybe I'll fill the other 50%. And then if it keeps going lower, I don't know, maybe I'll fill 150%. But I like Link. I like it as an AI play in crypto for long term. And I also wanted to mention Hype has just been on a tear. Hype, it's up
oh
like,
wow,
yeah, no,
that's parabolic.
it had a huge move. It really had a big move. Now Hype, what they do is they do perpetual trading. So kind of the risky stuff that we're going to be talking about today, this is what Hype specializes in, and they do huge volumes of trading, more than Solana, I think, for perpetuals. Like you can go in and you can open up like a 20x position on Bitcoin, 20x leverage, 30x leverage, just crazy gambling, crazy degenerate YOLO trader gambling. So we'll see what happens with Hype. It's risky, right? It'd be risky to invest in it here, but
But can you tell us a little bit more what that crypto is about?
Hype.
Yeah.
So okay, so normally like here, okay, normally like you go to Fidelity, you can buy Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
You can buy the Bitcoin ETF. Well, Hype lets you do leverage trading. So you can buy like a 2x, 3x, 4x leverage. You can open up positions, and those positions will move 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x, 20x the move that Bitcoin does. But you also have to pick like a liquidation threshold. And if your position falls below that liquidation threshold, you lose everything. So it's so risky. It's so risky to do. But I mean, if you like to gamble and you're lucky, you can
So it's like
easily.
options for cryptos then.
It's kind of, but there's no expiration date. It
Hmm.
stays open as long as you don't go below your threshold, like your price threshold. And if you're shorting, then it's the opposite. If your price goes above a certain threshold, you get completely liquidated. So whenever you hear like on YouTubers talking about, oh, there was 100 million, or in the news, like there was $100 million of liquidations, what they're talking about is these leveraged traders. They're getting liquidated because there was a big move in the market, and it broke their threshold, and they lost all their money. So Hype specializes in this kind of trading, and you can do all sorts of crazy leverage positions. It's just absolute. It's nuts. It's just complete gambling. So they're doing a lot of volume right now. They're getting some. They are getting some interest from Wall Street. Um, and Hype is its own layer one, right? Kind of like Solana is a layer one, ETH is a layer one. They're their own blockchain. Hype is the same thing. Hype has its own blockchain, but it only does one thing. Whereas like Solana does thousands of different things. You can buy NFTs, you can lend money. Hype just does one thing, and that one thing is to do this leverage trading, and they do a lot of it. So it's one that I watch. It's one that I'm keeping an eye on. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it here at this price, but I was tempted to buy it when it was down at $20, and I didn't do it. I was tempted to buy it when it was way over here, when it was down at 10. I was tempted to buy it, and I didn't do it. So I don't know. Maybe it's on my list. Once I fill out my Chainlink position, maybe I'll take another look at Hype, see if I want to buy some Hype. But it's doing really well, right? So not all. I know there's a lot of bearish news in the crypto market right now, but it's not all bearish. I mean, Hype is doing really well. Um, okay, and then the other last thing I wanted to look at was Tesla, and then we can talk, and then we can look at whatever you guys want to look at. Oh yeah, so I wanted to mention with Tesla, last week I showed this inverted head and shoulders pattern. So I had to bring back the neckline because during the sell-off last week, we did break I think I had the neckline up here originally, like at 408, and we did break it. So I lowered the neckline to the top of this red candle here, which is like 403. And it does look like we put in a doji, a nice, really long doji, bullish doji dragon. It's not quite a dragonfly doji, but it's a bullish
Is that
symbol. And we
is
made,
that a morning star?
it is a morning star pattern on the
Mhm.
neckline of this inverted head and shoulder. And I really like it when we get multiple bullish signals like that. Like we're
Yeah.
getting a retracement to the neckline and then a bounce off the neckline and a morning star pattern off the neckline. I like it when we see multiple bullish indicators. That's a good sign. So I adjusted the new target. New target now is 463, and then we still got this gap up here at 471. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, Tesla's definitely going to be in the news a lot in the next few weeks because of all the stuff coming out about SpaceX. I mean, Tesla owns a position in SpaceX, I believe, through their XI acquisition, because
Mhm.
I think Tesla bought like a position in XAI, and then SpaceX bought XAI, and so Tesla inherits or gets those XAI shares convert into SpaceX. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about for the previous market review for last week. What do you guys want to look at now? Do you guys want to do a follow up on ServiceNow or Microsoft or was it AAOI? You just let me know.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Anagalu.
we can do a follow-up on service now.
Okay, make sure I get the right stock. All right, yeah. So it moved up, right? Well, go ahead. Tell me what you see.
Yeah, like you see it moved up about I think about 8 to 10% or probably even more when I looked at it last, and it kind of
Yeah, here
went
was
back down a little
Friday.
bit. But I
Oh
think it's
wow.
Let me see.
in the long term, I think it's still in the it's gonna go to the at least reach that is that the 200 EMA?
Yeah, that's a 200.
Yeah,
Yeah, so stocks are they have like a magnetic pull towards the 200-day moving average. So
yeah,
yeah, I think eventually it'll go back there either from the stock moving up and well, a combination. Stock will move back up and the 200-day moving average will move back down. Um, so yeah, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And then you got your stop loss in. You put your stop loss in around 80 and then just let it go.
yeah.
Let it go. Did you open a position on this one?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna keep adding on to that one. I
Yeah,
think it's a really good place to buy it. I think I'm gonna do what you said last time and just add, place a stop loss like around 80, and then just keep adding more to that one.
Yeah, just give it time.
Yeah.
I did see that some of the service as a software stocks are recovering, so this
Yeah.
one might turn out to be a really good one to be in. Okay. Anything else?
The other one is I'm Ion Q.
Okay, let me see. Ion Q. I do not know about. I don't know anything about this one, so you'll have to fill us
Yeah.
in. What is this
So
one?
that's just basically like how there's a lot of quantum computing companies like all the
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
So there's a lot of big companies already involved in it, like Google, IBM, Amazon, all of them. And this is like, it's a standalone one that's basically what they do. They're still at a research and development stage. I think they're based out of England.
Looks like they've been
So
around. This is the entire chart from TradingView. It looks like they've been around since 2021. Chart looks
yeah,
good because you had this long, like almost, a long period of almost 3 years where it was just kind of flat, and now it's starting to curve up. So,
yeah,
yeah, okay. Yeah, quantum computing is a really hot topic. I kept hearing it about quantum computing last week because so many of these stocks were rallying. But okay, so this is one to keep an eye on. Did you open a position on this one, or are you just kind of watching?
no, not yet. I didn't open a position in this one, but I had it before. It's good for swing trading too. Like when
Mm.
every time it goes down, it just swings back up. Whenever there's like a high liquidity, I mean, in the market, it goes back up.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's trying to stay, it wants to stay above the 200-day and the 52-week moving average now.
Yeah,
Because now it does seem like its trajectory is going up, and once the trajectory gets going up, it's going to want to stay above. So if it gets below the 200-day moving average or the 52-week moving average, that might be a time to start accumulating. But yeah, quantum computing's hot. Okay.
So,
Yeah. What else?
on the same topic, the reason that this they were rallying last, I mean, yeah, last week. um, so I looked it up. It says quantum computing stocks are rallying because new government funding headlines validated the sector and triggered heavy speculative momentum buying. So basically, like they're trying to do what they did with Intel. They're
Oh
trying to take
yeah.
some,
Oh yeah. The
yeah,
government made so much money off of that Intel investment. Oh yeah.
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 I I was looking at Intel when it was 19. I wish I wasn't in a position to buy anything, but um, yeah. So that's what happened. There is another one that QUBT. I think the one I was sharing with you guys in our group chats. Also,
QBT? Quantum.
it's QUBT.
Oh, QUBT. Okay, QUBT. Okay. Quantum
QUBT.
compute. Oh, yeah, it's called quantum
Yeah,
computing.
it literally says that.
All right, let's take a look at this whole chart. This
Yeah,
one's been around for a while. I wonder if they just rotated into quantum computing.
very volatile.
They've been around since
that's a long time.
2011. So, yeah, really volatile. I wonder if, well, it looks like it's picking up. It looks like it's
It's like
picking
something
up.
you can
Yeah.
hold for long term.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah, yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, if it's a good one. I mean, I think with all of these, I'd want to take some time and do some fundamental research and just really try to figure out which one is in the best position, which one's got the best technology. But they're definitely worth watching.
Yeah, they're in line with our this week's theme, the
They
risky
sure are.
investments.
They
Yeah.
sure are. Yeah, these are risky. These are risky guys. But for this week's theme though, I'm talking about going even riskier. I want to talk about like really risky
Go for
stuff.
it.
But well, okay. Any other charts you guys wanted to look at?
And that's it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. So let me okay, how do I get out of this? Give me 1 second. Go back to WBS. Stop sharing this. Go back to us. Okay, great. All right. Oh yeah, I'll stop sharing the trading view. Okay, I'll share the when I okay. So yeah, this week's theme, or I guess we could call it our discussion, our main discussion. Let me pull it up. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. YOLO Degen trading. So YOLO means you only live once, and Degen, degenerate trading. So this is like, this is like you go to the casino and you put it all on black. If you're playing blackjack, you just, you only live once, right? So just make the craziest, riskiest trade you can think of. So, and there's a lot of crazy, risky stuff you can do in crypto. And of course, none of this is financial advice. Now, I don't recommend doing any of this stuff, but if you are going to do it, use a very small portion of your account. Use like 5% at the most of your account to do these really risky bets. Because you can make a lot of money very quickly, but then you can also lose a lot of money really quickly. So if you find yourself in a situation where 50% of your portfolio is in these types of risky investments, cash out, right? Cash out. In fact, that's probably one of the biggest. So I have tons of stories of people making lots and lots of money on these types of investments, and then the number one downfall, I guess you could say, is they don't cash out. And I've done it too. I don't cash out. I keep like pushing and pushing and pushing, and then eventually it all crashes down and you lose everything. So keep an eye on your portfolio. If your risky stuff starts getting up there like 10, 20, 30%, start cashing out, moving it to the safe stuff, right? And the safe stuff is, well, like the best of the best, like we've been talking about. So I want to talk about the risky stuff I'm doing right now, because I think a lot of people are going to be interested in it. Whoops, hold on. What am I doing? So, okay, all right. What's going on? How can I get out of this? There we go. Okay, and then this. Okay, and then what are you guys seeing there? Are you guys seeing You guys seen anything? I think, you know what? I think I gotta do it this way. Okay, let me do, okay, there. Okay, now, okay, oh, that's right. I gotta share it in Zoom too. So I'm gonna share the pre-stocks. I want to start talking about pre-stocks first. This is a website that allows you to buy stocks that haven't gone public using the Solana blockchain. All right. I think you guys can see it. I know the people at home can see it. Can you guys see it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Did-
you have to have a Phantom wallet, right? Or so any sort of Solana wallet, right? And you gotta move some money onto your Solana wallet in order to buy these products. I'm not going to say that they are. I'm not going to call them. I'm not going to call it the pre-IPO stock, but these products represent like a share of the pre-IPO stock of these different companies we're looking at. And right now, it's the best way to access, for me anyway, it's the best way to access pre-IPO stocks. And last year, I bought a bunch of XAI. And eventually what happened with XAI is SpaceX bought it. And then my XAI shares got converted to SpaceX. And then I added more money into SpaceX. And so now I've got a bunch of these SpaceX shares, and they've actually been doing pretty well. They've been doing pretty well. Right now, they're at $838, but you could have bought them last year for like $200. And there's some other companies here, right? There's Anthropic, right? That's the big AI company. It's going public later this year,
Well,
OpenAI. Oh yeah, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. So, like, when I started, looking into investment stocks, sometimes when I watch videos, there's a lot of like jargons, languages that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Maybe for someone who's watching, who's a beginner, can you explain what it means? Uh, what is IPO?
Yeah. Yeah. So
In terms of like, what does that mean for a stock? Is just like a short
yeah. So IPO
explanation.
stands for initial public offering. So that means once a stock has an IPO, then anybody in the public can buy it. You can go on your Fidelity account, you can go on your Schwab account, your whatever account, you can buy it. Robinhood account, you can buy it. Before the IPO, the public does not have access. Now there are secondary markets out there, but you have to be a qualified investor, and I think doing all that's really tricky. But with pre-stocks, you just need a phantom wallet, and then you can go in and start buying this stuff. Um, do you think that's a good explanation? Do you think that kind of explains it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of these companies, right, like SpaceX, Anthropic, like their big gains, their really, really big gains are made before the company even goes public, and we don't have access to buying the pre-IPO shares. We're locked out of it. So pre-stocks gives us access. And what pre-stocks says, okay, I think I'm going to try and explain how pre-stocks works, but they have an FAQ. If you guys really want to dig into it, I would definitely recommend reading the FAQ before you buy any of these. But what they say is they know people, right? They know people. They got buddies. They have friends who work at these companies who have, let's say they have shares, right? They have shares that were granted to them because they're an employee, so they have shares. Or they have investor buddies who invested in these companies, and those guys have shares. And so the way that I understand it is what pre-stocks does is they buy an IOU from these people that have shares, and that IOU says, okay, when this company goes public, we're going to sell this many shares, and we're going to send the proceeds to you. And then what pre-stocks does is they turn around and they sell the IOU to the public, so they sell it to us, and then we can buy the IOU, and then we can trade it. Or if the company goes public, then we can turn that IOU in for cash. That said, though, I am not holding my SpaceX through the IPO because I do not want to go through that redemption process. I read about it. It sounds really complicated. I'm just going to avoid all that. I'll probably be selling. I already sold 40% of my SpaceX. I'll sell the rest in the next few weeks. And there's other. So let me explain this table here, right? So the first column is the token price. This is what the SpaceX token is going for right now on the Jupiter exchange. I buy it using Jupiter. That's an exchange on the Solana blockchain. But so that's what the price is right now. And at that price, it gives SpaceX an implied valuation over $2 trillion. Okay, that's the second column, the implied valuation based on the token price. The third column, this is what SpaceX is going for on other secondary markets, the traditional secondary markets like Hive and Forge. And so you can see it's going for more on those markets, and the valuation there
I'm
is
sorry, what are those markets again?
Hive. Hive is it's one of those markets where you have to prove you're an accredited investor. And
Oh,
I
okay.
looked into it, and it's really difficult. It's kind of I don't want to go through that process. You have to give them all your name and information, income, and all that stuff. And then with pre-stocks, you don't have to do any of that. You just have to open up a phantom wallet, and then you can just go buy this stuff. Okay, and then the fourth column is the valuation of the company based on the price from the other secondary markets. So that said, though, right now at $838, $839, the implied valuation on SpaceX is already over $2 trillion. And I'm sure you guys have been hearing in the news that this is what they're going for. They're going for a $2 trillion IPO. Maybe it'll get up to 2.2. So I don't think there's much upside here. I really don't. So that's why I'm just kind of looking to sell. And then if you look at Anthropic and OpenAI, the implied valuations for these two companies are already over $1 trillion, 1.5 trillion, 1.3 trillion.
It didn't even go on market. That's
These
insane.
these are too high. These are overbought. I would not touch these, and I'm not going to touch these. These are way too high. So honestly, I don't think there's really any more upside for SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI. I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch them. Last year was the time to buy these. That said, though, I think there are still some. I think there's still some stocks here you could buy. I did buy some Anduril. This is a defense company that Lucky Palmer started. So I have a small position of Anduril. Neuralink, that's Elon's other company. That's the microchip company. They put it in people's head, right, so that they can control computers. And this is for people that are like paraplegic, right? They're crippled, so they don't have movement of their arms or legs, right? So they put this microchip in their brain, and then they can control computers. It's cool stuff.
Uh,
And
oh, oh, never mind. Okay,
yeah,
sorry. Go
and
ahead.
then the other two products they have right now are Kalshi and Polymarket. I'm sure you guys have heard about these two. These are the prediction markets, but I'm not too interested in them. So this is really, now that said though, okay, this is, why is this a risky play? Why is this a risky play? Because we don't really know if Prestocks actually has those IOUs for the shares, right? We don't really know. And since it's on crypto, none of this stuff is like FDIC, backed up by the FDIC or regulated. So we don't, I'm pretty sure they do. I've interacted with the pre-stocks people on Twitter. I've sent them questions, emailed them questions, and I've been investing in pre-stocks since last year. I haven't had any issues. Now SpaceX is going to be their very first product that goes public, so we'll see. I have to see how that goes. But we don't, it's kind of iffy, right?
Yeah.
Are we really sure that they have those shares?
Yeah, I mean, you
Maybe.
go in with what you can afford to lose. It seems like it's
Yeah,
conceptually it's something that should work. I mean, I know
yeah,
for the people who are involved, for people who are like supplying the IOUs, and like for their future endeavor, it's something worthwhile, to keep doing it, to
yeah,
keep building the trust. Uh,
yeah. I haven't had any issues. Oh man, we only got two
yeah.
minutes. We got. Oh, we only got 2 minutes left. Shoot. Okay.
No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah. So
This is like valuable information.
yeah, I like the pre-stock stuff because it's and also these things don't aren't affected by the market. Like if the market's selling off really badly, these things don't usually get affected that much because they're just going to stay at what the valuation of the company is, and the valuation of the company is in the paper, right? You can ask AI what's the current valuation of the company, and then compare it to the implied valuation that's shown here. But again, this is really risky stuff. Man, sorry to take up all that time. I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
No, it's
I
okay.
didn't want to hog up all the time. But you
Um,
guys, tell me, tell me some of your Degen trades. We got a little bit of time left over, but tell me what kind of Degen stuff you guys like to do.
No,
I
I'm
think
a long time
mine
ago I
are.
bought Shiba.
There you go.
Shiba Inu. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah.
I did
No,
make some money.
no, it's
It
on
was in
here. I got
2001 or something when,
I got it right here.
yeah, I did
That's the
make some
dog.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was crazy. It went like I was at one point I was 18,000 up, and then at that time I was really new for crypto, so I did take out, and then my coworker looked at it. Martin, you remember if you remember, he looked at it, it's like I'm gonna take the money and run, and then it was 8K down, it was 8,000 by the profit was 8,000. I just like cashed it out and then never looked back. So-
Good
so-
job. Good
that's
job.
it, yeah. So,
Okay, we got like 40 seconds left.
and
Edgar,
I
you
go,
got any risky stuff you're working on?
No, I didn't really go that risky. The Cerebra stock. I mean, I think the one that just went public.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one to get to.
Yeah, that one's
Uh,
too safe. That one's too safe.
yeah, just to say, I didn't
No,
know we're
you
going
need
that
to you want to
risky.
make it risky, buy some options, buy some weekly options.
Yeah, yeah.
Go on. All right, we only got 10 seconds left. Okay. Well, we haven't decided on a theme for next week yet, but thanks everybody. Have a good day. All right.